Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Charlie. I make booky videos on the interwebs, and today in this video I'm going to be talking about all the books I read in April. April was such an incredible month in terms of reading. I found a new series that I adore and I definitely want to get back to. I want to reread it so bad. I reread some favourites and I found some new murder mysteries that I've been enjoying because I've been very much into the murder mysteries, thrillers. You know, I never know which word to use. Thriller, murder mystery, they're usually one and the same. Today I'm joined by my beautiful dog Jess, who had surgery last month. I was trying to push to read at least 2 more books in the last week of April, but my dog ended up needing emergency surgery, so I was very stressed, I was very depressed, I was very sad. It was such a hard time, so I stopped reading, and then I actually somehow ended up in a reading slump at the beginning of this month, but I will talk about that next month. So she is here with me. She is alive. She did almost, I did almost lose her, but I feel so blessed to be sitting here. And she's stretching right now. She's like, I hear you. I'm here for you. We're just gonna get straight into the books because the spreadsheet that I use to track all my reading for this year does yearly stats and general stats. It doesn't do monthly stats, so there's no stats. I hope that's okay. I hope that doesn't give you some displeasure in this video, but I'm just gonna get right into it. I tend to waffle on. I'm like a waffle oven. Yeah, let's just do this. So the first book I'm going to talk about is a NetGalley arc, which is The Serial Killer's Wife by Alice Hunter. I think it came out this month officially. I read it last month. As the title may suggest, it is about a serial killer's wife. We follow this family that is painted as the family next door, the perfect family. It's a husband and a wife and their beautiful daughter. I feel like it was somewhat inspired by the Chris Watts case. There's nothing in the book that is similar to that case, but in terms of the family dynamics and the family imagery, I did think about that case. So we're following a girl called Beth as she navigates her husband being in custody for a supposed murder, but the disappearance of his ex-girlfriend. And there's this huge twist at the end that I didn't see coming. Usually with thrillers I'm like, I know what's gonna happen, I know what's gonna happen, but with this one I was like, really? And I actually gave it 4 stars. I'm really excited to see if anyone else will pick up this book this year, and I don't know, I'm excited about this book. It is well deserved. This woman who wrote the book, the author who wrote the book, is a psychologist. I think she worked within the forensic psychology field, and she brings some of that stuff into the book, which made it even more interesting in my opinion. That's just something I found on Goodreads. Yeah, but let's get into the physical books. I finally read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I am very scared to pick up The Dragon Republic and The Burning Gods. I think that may be an entirely different book. This book is just as triggering and disgusting as everybody says. I usually look at trigger warnings and I go in and I'm like, it's gonna be fine, I'm gonna be fine. I'm not a huge crier when it comes to books. Books don't usually affect me, but this one made me physically throw up. I did give it 4.5 stars. Despite that, the writing is amazing. I'm not a huge fan of the main girl. Some of her decisions are just I feel about her the way I felt about Sarah in Monster Orphan Spy, which I read this year as well. Really good book, but me and main characters, they have to be a certain way because we're stuck in their head. But this book was absolutely incredible, shocking. I loved it. Another shocking book I read because of Megan, Meg with Books, here on YouTube. I absolutely adore Megan. We're not friends or anything, like, she don't know who I am, but I absolutely love her. I love her videos and she raves about this. This is No Exit by Taylor Adams. It is a thriller about this girl who's driving home at Christmas and her mum has cancer. She's trying to rush home, but there's a huge snowstorm and she ends up trapped in the middle of nowhere at a gas station, or what us Brits would call a petrol station or a pit stop. And there's only about maybe 4 other people there with her, and when she's outside she sees a child in a cage in the back of a van, and she's trapped there with these people. The people in the gas station are potentially child molesters, murderers, and there's no exit. It is a high stakes thriller in an isolated setting, and I have never experienced as much anxiety reading a book as I have with this. This had me on the edge of my seat. I read it in one setting. I read it at night time, which, big mistake. It is shocking. The contents of this book is absolutely shocking, but I adored it and I gave it 5 stars. So I did a reread of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and A Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, just in time for As Good as Dead, which comes out at some point later this year. I'm not going to talk about what these books are about because everybody's read them. They're on everybody's radar. Even if you're not into thrillers, pick these up. They are absolutely incredible. What I love most, and I think really drives the greatness of these books, is the multimedia elements. We have murder maps, we have podcasts, we have like imagery, drawings from a courtroom. They are both incredible. I still give these a 5 star. I thought because my tastes have changed this year, I've gone more into fantasy, that I would end up bringing the rating down for these books, but absolutely not. Never gonna happen. These are amazing. I love them. This one, I read The King of Crows by Libba Bray, and I made the mistake of looking at reviews before I read this, and everyone talks about how it seems that she's forgotten who her characters are, because this is written many years after the 3rd book, and I did feel what these people are saying. I ended up giving it, I think, a 3 star, maybe a 2.5. I didn't enjoy it. And I was out here thinking, I have found a 5-star series, because all of the other books I rated 5 stars, absolutely adored them, especially Lair of Dreams. But this one just, it didn't have that same flavour. You know when books have a certain flavour? This one just, it was more paprika, honestly. That's how I would describe this book. But I do adore Libba Bray, and I get what she was trying to do, but it just didn't. It just didn't. And if you've read this book and you'll know the middle of it is a drag. And I could have done without the middle of this book. I really could have done without the middle. On a brighter note, I discovered a love for the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber. These books, I could sit here and talk to you about how much I love these books all day, because these books, I don't even know what to say. Like, I feel like I've jumped back into my One Direction fan mind, where I'm just like Harry Styles, but like Harry Styles, I can't even. That's how I feel about these books. I can't even. So Caraval is basically about these two sisters who are being abused at home by their father. Their mother ran away many years ago, and they're being abused by their dad, and they find this love for this mysterious, magical, fantastical game called Caraval, and every year one of the sisters would write to Legend, the big boss behind Caraval, to see if they could be part of the game, because it is an invite only game. And they end up being accepted into Caraval, and the game ends up being about finding one of the sisters who goes missing or is kidnapped, and a lot of fun, mystical, my mind. Lots of mystery in this book. It is fantastical, it is amazing, and of course the other two books just follow on from this story. What I like most, or what I love most about these books, is the concept of Caraval is different in each one. If you've read the books, you'll understand what I mean. I don't mean in the sense of there's a different theme for each one, but the actual energy around the game is different in each one. I don't, like, even if you've read the book, you're probably not gonna understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to do this in non-spoiler terms. I could just come right out and say it, but I'm not gonna do that. 5 stars. So then I read The Islanders, another book that Meg made me buy. Meg made me do it. She made me do it. I feel like she just puts a spell on me when she does her videos, and I buy the books that she talks about. Even though I feel like we have vastly different reading tastes, I end up liking some of her recommendations. So The Islanders by Sv Leonard. This came out this year, and it is a thriller all about these people that go on this show, which is a Love Island show but with murder. Someone gets murdered, and the games, I suppose, in this Love Island-esque villa game show ends up being around murder. This book, I would say it's in an isolated setting also, because this island is shut off from everything else, and there's a storm and no boats can get to the villa, and it's all on live TV. It's absolutely amazing, and I didn't expect the twist at the end either, which was really cool. I gave it 4 stars. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I had high hopes for this book. It is all about a siren and a siren hunter, a love story of sorts. I've kind of wiped this from my brain. I think I gave it 3 stars, but like a really low 3 stars. I suppose it's comparable to the concept of Serpent and Dove, which I have, but I haven't read yet. So then I read A Night Swim by Megan Goldin, which is about a podcast extraordinaire who is in a different town to go to a rape trial, but along the way she ends up gaining a stalker and gets pulled into a murder investigation of sorts that has been closed, a closed case. That is all I can really say. I love any books that involve murders and podcasts. They just seem to go together like butter and bread, pickles and cheese. The last book I want to talk about, I want to say it's my favourite book of last month, because she is extraordinary, beautiful, brilliant. I have no other words to describe her. So this is The Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. And I recently picked up, I was gonna show this in my haul, but I'm gonna do it now. Stalking Jack the Ripper by the same author. I'm currently reading it. I'm like 10 pages in as I'm filming this video because I just been in a bit of a slump. But this book is a tale of sisterly love, which is something that I adore in my books. These two twins who are witches. They come from a long line of witches, and nobody in the town really knows that they're witches. It's something that they have to keep hidden. And there's these demon princes that the grandmother is so sure are coming back to kill all of the young witches in the town. And one of the sisters ends up getting murdered, and the other sister goes on a mission to avenge her sister's death, and she does this by summoning a demon prince that I just had to fucking fall in love with. I fell in love with him. And I would follow him to hell. Maybe. I probably would. I can't lie. I fell in love with him. I gave this 5 stars, and I'm so happy that she's bringing out a second book at the end of the year, which I think will be in November. Red Solo Cup, I fill you up, let's have a party. My dog's done with me. So that is the last book. Absolutely incredible. So that is the end of this video. I'm sorry that it's long. It's been long, but it has been a long time since I filmed. I feel like it is currently around 10 p.m, so I'm a bit delirious. Just a little bit delirious, and I might have to go now. But that is the end of the video. I will see you all possibly next week. I got some fun content coming that I'm so excited about. I wish you all the best day, morning, evening, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you in the next video.